Viewers, it's a Super Saturday first quarterfinal done and dusted, which was an absolute thriller, and we are expecting something similar. Another two very talented teams are going to play their second quarterfinal. It's the quarterfinal number 2 of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition, and this promises to be another exciting game of cricket. Right then, just a short while ago, I was there in the middle with the two captains and the match referee for the all-important toss. Well, it's a Super Saturday here in the Tolerance Oval Abu Dhabi, where we've already seen a thriller. The first quarterfinal done and dusted, and we're all set for quarterfinal number 2 of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. And this even promises to be an exciting, a belter of a game. It's now time to introduce you to the men who matter in the middle. On my left is Sandeep Singh Sandhi, the captain of King of Sultans. On his left is Farman Ali, the captain of 7 districts. And on the extreme left is, of course, our esteemed match referee, Mr. Preetham. Sandhi, you've got the coin. Please give it a spin.
Head is the call. It is heads.
फरमान मुबारक हो. इम्पोर्टेंट गेम, टॉस जीत गए, क्या मूड है?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. हम बैटिंग करेंगे.
बैटिंग करेंगे. इम्पोर्टेंट गेम है, ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ नॉकआउट गेम. क्या लगता है आपको आज कितना अंडर द लाइट्स आप स्कोर करेंगे ठीक रहेगा?
कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें. ये है कि नॉकआउट मैच है, बस इसको नॉर्मल मैचों की तरह खेलना है. बस ये है कि पॉजिटिव खेलना है, पॉजिटिव आप टेंशन रहनी चाहिए, और जो आपके हाथ में है, जो आप एफर्ट करें 100%, बाकी रिजल्ट अल्लाह के हाथ में है.
आपके सारे लड़के परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, आप भी परफॉर्म करें कंसिस्टेंटली, वो कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है पूरी टीम के लिए?
देखें जी, अभी मतलब जब आपको गुड फॉर्म लग रहा होता है तो उसको कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए, बेहतर के और अच्छे की तरफ जाना चाहिए ताकि इम्प्रूवमेंट आए. तो बस वही है कि हम देख रहे हैं जो हो गया वो हो गया. अभी आगे का सोचना है, आगे करना है इंशाल्लाह. तो सबका यही है कि बस टीम के लिए जितना हो सके हमने करना है.
बड़ा मैच, कोई चेंजेस?
फरहानी ने.
चलिए, बेस्ट ऑफ लक, गिव अस अ गुड गेम.
थैंक यू सो मच.
संदीप सिंह सैंडी, टॉस हार गए, टॉस जीत जाते क्या करते?
बॉलिंग करता मैं.
तो अब आप जो बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, क्या लगता है आपको कितना रिस्ट्रिक्ट करेंगे इस ग्राउंड के ऊपर तो ठीक रहेगा?
अभी तो लास्ट मैच हुआ है कि उसके हिसाब से 170 180, तो फिर उसके बाद डिफेंड करने के लिए.
बड़ा गेम है, बहुत बड़ा गेम है. ये लोग आपको क्या प्रिपरेशन रही है आपकी?
जी बिल्कुल, लास्ट गेम लड़कों ने बहुत अच्छा खेला था, लेकिन 2-3 जो मिस्टेक्स थी हमारी, तो आज हम लोग बात करके आए हैं, तो उसके ऊपर वर्क किया हुआ है.
कोई चेंजेस?
जी आज फराज इन है, मसूद नहीं है.
चलिए, बेस्ट ऑफ लक, गिव अस अ गुड गेम.
थैंक यू.
Well, that's the news, and the confirmation from the centre is that 7 districts, they won the toss and they've decided to bat first. Well, there you go. I think it's a really good toss to win. Farman Ali wants to bat first under the lights, put some runs on the board because they do have depth in their batting. Well deservedly have qualified for the quarterfinals, both the teams. Let's have a rundown for the two playing 11s. This quarterfinal number 2, led by Farman Ali, the centurion in this tournament. What a fine knock he's played. Awais Ahmed, the left arm speedster. He's been a consistent performer. He's been picking up wickets from the new ball. Nahiru Sandrovan. Raheel Ali also missed out to his 100, I remember, in one of the games. Saeed Haider Wasi Shah, he was the player of the match in the last game. He's due with the bat, mind you, but this just could be his evening. Wahab Hassan, another left arm spinner. Aftab Javed. Farhan Khan is now back in the team. So that's exceptionally well with the old ball. Siam Khan, he was asked to bowl with the new ball, and I think it wasn't the wisest move. He's very effective with the old ball. And then you have Ahmed Tariq, the latest inclusion. He did well in the last game. So quite a formidable side, very balanced. Some quality fast bowlers. They do have firepower, of course, of Farhan Khan, Siam, the likes of Irshad as well. And now talking about King of Sultans, Javo Anis Sami. That is one man. Everybody's having an eye on him because he has been in sublime form. He's a pretty much new name here in the domestic circuit. Not really pretty much known here in the domestic circuit, but he's been mighty impressive. Irfan Yusufzai, the speedster. Sandeep Singh Sandhi. Well, we could in be for a lot of fireworks because he did miss out in the last game. Zafir Yassin, I think he's been the pick of the bowlers for King of Sultans. And then Anas Khan, the speedster, Tharindu Pereira, Zuhair Iqbal, another fine talent, Shiraz Khan, Farazuddin, the all-rounder, and Nabil Arshad, an ex-UAE 7 Districts product. So these are the two lineups, and plenty of excitement is now lined up for this quarter-final number 2. Of course, we've already seen a thriller just a few hours ago where Abu Dhabi Smashers, they were put in a bit of a dilemma, but somehow they held their nerves and they went on to win the quarter-final number 1. There was a stage where they needed quite a few runs and they did have new batters at the crease. But I think they showed a lot of character, especially Ghulam Murtaza, Wasim. He was, of course, the player of the match in the last game and today also was on the verge of being the match. Right then, all eyes on this contest. The men in green, you can see Sandeep Singh Sandhi having these last words of motivation to his team. And whatever he's saying, and I think you need to be all ears out, because that man, he has vast experience here in the domestic circuit. He's been around the domestic circuit for, I don't know, maybe more than 15 years. Yeah. Somebody who's played a lot of cricket back in those days where there were hardly any turf grounds, any grassy grounds. He used to be an absolute monster of a batter on those cement wickets. He used to get those 200s for fun. That's how dangerous he used to be. So this is one team who can really surprise any team on their given day, because the players they have in their side, I mean, all of them, they're quality cricketers. Of course, Zuhair Iqbal, we know, he too has played a bit of franchise cricket as well. He's experienced. He will swing the ball, will take the ball away from the right-handers. And we've seen under the lights, especially when there is no dew, that's where the bowlers do get a lot of help from the surface. There is just a tinge of green on the surface, and that is what's been helping most of the fast bowlers under the lights. Of course, the lights have now taken full effect here in the Sultans Oval Abu Dhabi, and this should be one crackerjack of a contest. We're all set for quarter-final number 2, and a lot is going to be dependent on this man on the screen. Of course, the captain himself, Farman Ali. What a before. I did mention he got to his 100. My apologies. He missed out to his 100 and scored 94. I remember him getting out where there were 3 overs remaining. So, yeah, I would want to put that in the past and just focus in this very game. Umpires all set. Farman and Raheel, the 2 openers out there, and it should be Zuhair Iqbal to start off proceedings. And we are in for one intriguing contest this evening. It's a cool evening. It was very hot and humid early on, but the players will certainly enjoy playing in these conditions. Right then, here we go. Quarterfinal number 2 is now underway. And straight away, Farman Ali does the right thing, gets off strike, gets off the mark. It has really been a treat to watch every time Farman Ali and Raheel Ali, both these batters, come out to open for the team, and more often than not, in most of the cases we've seen, they ensure they get their teams off to those flyers, especially Raheel Ali. He's someone who doesn't really hold back. He backs his natural gameplay. Farman, he's more compact and very technically correct on the other end. Raheel Ali is a bit more free-flowing cricketer who likes to express himself early on. And he has gotten success in this tournament. He too was on the verge of drifting down the leg side. I think this should be given as leg byes. We'd have to wait for the signal of the umpire. But nonetheless, they will take these 4 runs with both hands. Yeah, there you go. you falter in your line. And these two members who are in ominous touch in this tournament are seriously going to make you pay for it. Nicely done. This is a very good, smart batting. Oh, in fact, they're going to come back for the second direct hit. And I think Farman Ali would have been in a bit of a bother. Yeah, thumbs up from Raheel Ali. But careful. You don't want to be running your captain out early in this contest. It's a big game, of course. We are now into the business end of this tournament. It's the second quarterfinal. Already we've seen a thriller which went down into the penultimate over. Yeah, nicely done. Now, on that occasion, he slightly adjusted his line and he started off from the fourth stump channel. And this is one delivery Zohair Iqbal has really developed lately in his career. We know Zohair, he is a natural bowler who swings the ball away late from fielders. It's quite surprising that he's not having a slip in place, at least for the first 3 to 4 deliveries, and see what's happening. You need to show the opponents that we're having an aggressive approach and intent to pick up early wickets. Yeah, this is beautifully played. It's going to be a long chase, and I think the ball will win the race. Beautifully placed by Raheel Ali. And all he had to do is just time and place, and the placement was immaculate. Knew where the fielders are. And this is really smart cricket we're witnessing. So they're off to a good start here. They need these two batters to fire, of course. Their captain, he's been in a great touch. Of course, Raheel Ali, 2 scored 90 odd runs, missed out to his 100. So that's very good signs for some districts that their openers are giving them good starts. Good delivery and nicely defended by Raheel. It's 11 for no loss. Anas Khan, the speedster, to shade the new ball alongside Zohair, who did well in the first over. Oh, he's asking the question. Maybe he's just trying to bluff the umpire. But the keeper and the bowler think that it has ricocheted off the trousers. Not so the umpire. It's been given as a wide. Yeah, another bowler who does have the tendency to really surprise the batters with his raw pace. At times he does tend to get a little wayward whilst he's trying to bowl a bit too quick on these wickets. And you need such bowlers in your team. At times it just doesn't come off. It doesn't really go in your favor. But then again, what they do is they just bowl one unplayable delivery and pick up wickets. Drifting down the leg side, easy decision, will be a leg by surely. Yeah, confirmation coming in. I was just praising GS Dhabi Smashers. Those were the two teams who didn't go on to lose in the group stages, but I think even the districts, it was, I wouldn't say it was an upset, but it was a game where they should have won their first game against Abu Dhabi Smashers. It was pretty much one-sided. I mean, 20 was needed. Yeah, it should be another wide. Anas Khan, he's at the moment, you can see, he's not really able to find his right line. He's drifting down the leg side. That's the third time I'm seeing him not really getting his line intact. So yeah, that game, I know, I mean, Zain Butt and of course Farooq Momin, they were the hero in that game where they clinched victory against the strong studded lineup of Seven Districts. But after that loss, they have come with a bang in this tournament and have won all their 3 next games. That's crashed down the ground. Nicely done, Raheel Ali. He's continuing the onslaught from the last game. That is a spectacular stroke. One of the safest shots to opt to play in a book of cricket is to go down the ground into the way. And Raheel Ali, he's somebody who won't really play across the line even if you bowl slightly shorter. He's somebody who he's got really great eyes. He picks up the length so early and he'll smash on the ground. Oh, beautifully done. Excellent punch. Just a simple push. You can see that he's letting the ball come to his bat. He's such a pure timer of the ball, Raheel Ali. Filling in the shoes of course, I remember back in those days, I have been calling a lot of games for 7. 2 names which always come to my mind, and I do have memories when those two used to come out to open. Oh my word. They used to destroy any kind of bowling. Now that's a quick single. Oh, direct hit, but I think he's made his ground. So, yeah. I mean, one of their players, he's still out there. Of course, Mohammad Irfan, and then, of course, there was Lukman Faisal. Those two batters used to destroy any kind of bowling lineup. Every time they used to come out to open, beat any ground, beat any situation, any kind of surface, it wouldn't bother them. Those two used to just absolutely go hard in the first 6 overs, and more often than not, they used to find a lot of success in getting their teams those good starts. So yeah, these two are filling the shoes of those two, and I think they've been very impressive. Especially I would admire Farman Ali because he's the captain. He's been given a big role. He was a junior back then, I remember. He used to play for the 7 Districts junior development team. So he's really worked hard to get into the senior side first. And that's all because of the consistent performances he's been doing for his team. Oh, that's a bit of a fumble by Zafar Yassin, and it should go towards the boundary. So that's what you don't need. You need to be on your toes and ensure you don't give these freebies. Yeah, this should have been only a dot, but in fact it's gone towards the boundary. So it's an expensive over already. So yeah, I was just mentioning on regards to Farman Ali that it's never easy to cement your spot in 7 Districts. I mean, they have a huge squad. I don't know, I mean, they have maybe 30, 40 players. I can't really recall. But then again, to cement your spot, that itself is a mission. I will keep the chat alive after this over. It's a good over yet again for 7 Districts. It's 26 for no loss. Zohair Iqbal steaming in once again. Oh, beautifully balled. Almost getting the better of Farman Ali. So yeah, coming back to the conversation I was just having, that I remember this very talented cricketer. He used to play for the junior team. Yes, he used to get a few games for the senior side, but it was very difficult to cement your spot for Seven District senior side. But then he's worked very hard over the years, and now that he did get a chance to go on to play, what he did, he considered for his team. And then, of course, the management and the selection committee did see the potential in him to lead the side. Nicely driven, but straight onto the stumps. Oh, this is going to be a run out. Zohair Iqbal, he almost got onto the stumps. So, and when he knew that the bails have already been dislodged, why didn't he go and uproot the stumps? And in fact, to add salt to the wounds, it's been given as a no ball. So blessing in disguise for Farman, the captain, as to whom I was just describing his little story. And yeah, bottom line, he's now the captain, and I think he deserves to lead this team, and I think he's doing exceptional. He's doing a fine job. It's not only that he's leading the side well, he's performing at the same time as well. I mean, it's never too easy to lead a side of Seven Districts where you've got so many superstars who've been scouted and also have gone on to play for the UA team. That's been pulled away. There is protection, and should be couple of runs eventually. Yeah, of course, talking about Mohammad Sagir, their regular member. Of course, he was the captain. He, of course, has been playing a bit of franchise cricket. Then you have Farhan Khan. He's also a 7 District product. He's playing this game, in fact. Who can forget that over he bowled against Kyron Pollard? I don't know, maybe saved 7 or 8 runs, but that was unbelievable. I mean, in such a big stage, in front of big crowd, that man, he held his nerves and did a fine job, and he eventually saved those runs, and that too against Kyron Pollard. And then, of course, talking about Mohammad Irfan, another cricketer who's now joined the UAE camp, who's another UAE camp cricketer, Mohammad Irfan. They just keep on coming. Nabil Aziz, another left arm spinner. I think he too has been gotten a call from the UAE camp. Nicely done. So these cricketers, they've been showing a lot of promise, and every time we see each and every player getting selected in this team, they have been performing well. Of course, there was another name which comes to my mind. Of course, he's not a part of 7 Districts, but then again, he too has gotten a call from the UAE camp. Aftab Alam, a product of 7 Districts, he has played majority of his cricket for 7 Districts. He too has been called for the UAE camp. So that itself is a statement and a testament to the fact that how talented is this team. From one single team, how many cricketers are being scouted and are now a part of the UAE camp. That just shows the hard work being put behind the scenes, of course, from the management, from their coaches, from the think tank, and of course the owner as well. So yeah, hats off. And here they are now battling it out. They need to ensure they're going to win this game. It's a big one. Oh, that is a fine stroke by the captain Farman Ali. The balance and the composure he's shown. Look at the head position. It's so still. And he's bisected the two fielders where there was minimal gap. He's a classy player. 37 for no loss. Anas Khan to continue to bowl his second over. That was really good thinking by Anas Khan. He saw that Raheel Ali using his feet quite fittingly came down the ground, and Anas Khan adjusting his length ever so slightly. Yeah, he's a skiddy bowler. He's not someone you would expect to have that extra prodigious bounce every time he runs in hard. He's somebody who's very skiddy. The ball will pitch and it will just hurry onto you. It will thud onto the gloves of the keeper very quickly. So you need to be on your toes. You need to have a low back lift. You need to be on your toes when Anas Khan is in operation. Well, this is very smart cricket. These are proper cricketing strokes, and once again, Farman Ali, he was in control. He saw the opportunity and he's just pulled it away, knowing the fine leg was in the circle. That was always a safe shot to opt. So they're off to a blistering start here, 7 districts. That is exactly what you would have wanted if ever so you are a 7 districts fan. And you would always want to see their back as quickly as you can if ever so you are a King of Sultans fan, because these two can really take the game away from you quickly. Oh, just keeping slightly low as well. And this is something which you've seen even in the first quarter final, that the bowlers, especially of Gorilla 11, when they were bowling in the second innings, we did see Prithvi, we did see Abrar Dawar. Every time they did look to bowl just slightly, not too full, just slightly back of the length, the ball shot. And he's reading the bowler so well. He did read the roll of the fingers and then he had to adjust. And that's a nice pickup shot by Farman Ali. This man is in sublime form and touch. He's yet again playing a captain's knock, and he's put his team in a commanding position already. A very confident man on your screen, Farman Ali. Pulled away, and pulled away with a lot of authority. Gets a maximum. Well, this is tremendous striking, and it's an onslaught coming in from the captain. And look at the swing of the bat. You're always asking for trouble when you bowl short to Farman Ali. Well, this is not looking good for King of Sultans, because 50 has already come up and we are still just into the 4th over. 14, in fact 16 runs have been looted. Make that yeah, it's going to be a dot, but then again, very expensive over. And this is a promising start by the two openers. It's 52 for no loss. Well, he's been impressive so far in this tournament, Shiraz. But on the very first delivery, he's been targeted. But just couldn't really find the desired connection, Raheel Ali. The idea was right. He knew that the mid-off is in the circle. The ball was way too full in his slot. He just tried to time it rather than trying to hit it too hard. and unfortunately he couldn't really get it from the meat of his bat. Yeah, that is serious pace by Shiraz Khan. So they've got a few bowlers who bowl with a lot of pace and heat, but the problem is that the control that hasn't been there for, of course, Anas Khan. We've seen him; he's been a little wayward. He's been spraying the ball all over, and that's the reason he was quite expensive. Even Shiraz Khan, I've seen that he has the tendency to at times really a little wayward. Now that's a thick outside edge. There is protection. Already testing times here for King of Sultans. Of course, they have gone on to win one of the games early on in this tournament, but they have to face against a top quality side, Seven Districts, and it's not going to be an easy job because Seven Districts are having a great run so far in this tournament. Yeah, good bit of fielding. I think it was Anas. Well, that is one man. He's been the talk of the town. Anas Sami. He's been, I think he's been the player of the match a couple of times, but he has been so impressive. I have not seen him before this tournament, but the attitude he has towards the game, that was something to really admire about. Very useful, stylish batter. Man from Pakistan. I think he's just recently arrived here in the UAE. He's now rubbing shoulders against some of the experienced cricketers here. Of course, playing under the leadership of Sandeep Singh Sandhi, has been here for quite a few years now. Oh, beautifully ball. That's a very good delivery. Just a slight bit of movement was enough to beat the bat of Raheel Ali. It's 56 for no loss. So we're going to see spin for the very first time in this innings. Tharindu Pereira has been introduced into the last over of the power play. Well, this is a very tricky move. Pays off. Direct hit, and once again Farman would have been under a lot of trouble. You can see straight away both the batters are not happy with each other. I think they just need to have a quick word, because this is not the first time we're seeing a stutter between them. And after such a positive start, you don't want to be getting out run. You don't want to be throwing a wicket, rather, in the form of a run out. Yeah, some turn on offer, and that is what we've seen. I did mention there is a slight bit of turn, and also the ball at times does tend to keep low as well. Wahab Hassan, the left arm spinner, will be keenly watching this innings and seeing how the ball is behaving, because we did see Gorilla 11, their bowlers, I think they were having a great time out there, and they did get a lot of assistance from the surface. He's charged down the ground. Not time this at all. And Tharindu Pereira, that was a good delivery. I think he slower through the air. He enticed him to use his feet. But Farman Ali, I think, should consider himself lucky. That could have straight away gone into the hands of the fielder. Dances once again and crashes it towards the long off. Well, this is incredible striking here by the captain Farman Ali. He's striking the ball big, and that is brute force. This is very exciting to see the way he's using his feet. He's been busy out there. He's somebody who picks up the length so early. 70 already on the board. Yeah, worrying signs. You can see Javo already. The body language doesn't look all that positive, because this is what these two have been doing so far in this tournament. They've been making life difficult for the opponents in the power play, consistently performing in every single game. The captain, and of course alongside Raheel Ali, and to bring spin in the last over of the power play. Yeah, I did mention I wasn't too sure if that was the right decision, but so far it hasn't paid off. That's much better, just adjusting his length and bowling it away from the arc of Farman. But the start that they've gotten, surely they should be eyeing anything more than 200. Last delivery of the power play. Beautifully placed. They might just consider to come back for the second. In fact, denied, rightfully so. We've already seen a mix-up between them. But this has been such a terrific power play for Seven Districts. It's 71 for no loss. Shiraz will continue bowled an exceptional first over. Yeah, but this is such a great start for Seven Districts. It's not that they've been really going hard and everything which has come in their way. They've really chosen the deliveries wisely, have ensured they respect the good deliveries. And they've been keeping themselves very busy at the crease. You can see the way they've used their feet, both these batters. They've been switched on. They've certainly come out with an intent today, this evening, knowing it's such an important game for them. And this is really a sensible approach now. They know that they have the runs on the board. No real fuss. They don't have to be in a hurry. They know it's a really good wicket to bat on. So they surely will have a mind. They will have a plan in their mind, beg your pardon, to reach somewhere around 215, even 220 could be possible. Because the depth which they have in their batting lineup, that's really strong. They bat extremely deep. So I think it's high time they need to introduce Zafar Yassin, the left arm spinner, who's found a lot of success in this very ground. He has been getting those important breakthroughs. And in these crunch situations, you don't want to be holding him back for too long. I mean, when you know the two batters are well settled, you need to disengage this partnership, which is now a serious threat to the men in green. You need to throw the ball to your gun bowlers. Yeah, this is a very smart approach. They are aware how many runs they've gotten so far. There's no need for any unnecessary due risks at this stage especially. They both are having a very healthy strike rate. Projected score 225. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. The way they're batting, they should be eyeing anything more than 200 this evening. That's been hit hard with the race protection. Oh, in fact, he's made a mess of it. And Shiraz Khan, hands on his knees. He knows that he's bowling his heart out. And that is a very, very clumsy effort. Really should have been stopped. No excuses whatsoever. Your bowler is giving his 100%. He's bending his back. Shiraz Khan, he's been the standout bowler so far. So you need that much needed support, at least from your fielders, and can't really allow these easy boundaries. Well, that's been dispatched towards the cow corner. Gets a boundary to close out the over and also gets to his 50. Raises his bat with pride and another 50 for Farman Ali, the captain. I think he might just be the top run getter in this tournament. We need to have a quick check on that. But what a tremendous knock this has been yet again by the captain himself. Gets a boundary to close out the over. It's 83 for no loss. Well, here we go. Zafar Yassin picks up a wicket on the very first delivery, and that's exactly what I was mentioning. You needed to get Zafar Yassin into the attack early, and there you go. He's picked up a wicket, and he has gotten his team a huge wicket of Raheel Ali. After such a promising start, Raheel Ali departs. It's 83 for 1. So straight away, Zafar Yassin bringing all his experience into play and has finally gotten a big wicket. And here he is, Syed Haider Wasi Shah. Now remember, this man is due. He hasn't really gotten to the best of form so far in this tournament, but this just could be his evening. He is an absolute dynamite of a batter. And here he is at number 3 position. And straight away gets off the mark with a single. That's been cut away beautifully. Finds the gap once again for Manali. 3 fielders converging, and they've done well to stop that going towards the boundary. I think that's all they need at the moment. They don't really need to go all out because they know that they have the runs on the board. So might as well just ensure you steady the ship, look to chip in with the singles and doubles, and boundaries will come your way because it's a really good batting wicket. And this is what wickets do to you. Every time you go on to pick up a wicket, there's a quiet over or two, and that's exactly what they need because the way they were batting, they were really motoring along. But then I did say and mention that Zafar Yaseen, he should get into the act as quickly as he can, and here he is. Has provided a wicket for his team on the very first ball of his first over. That's been cut away nicely, but there is protection, so will be only a single to close out. A very good over by Zafar Yaseen. It's 89 for 1. Another quality all-rounder is now being introduced into the attack for Azuddin. Of course, another cricketer who's played for UAE. Now this could be a catch. In fact, very lucky for Farman early. Could have easily gone into his hands, but it's a lucky escape. He needs to be careful. Yeah, it just died on him. It dipped on him. Farman early, I think, was taken by surprise. It didn't really bounce all that much. He's a quality all-rounder, no doubt, for Azuddin. He's somebody who can provide you those quiet overs. He rushes into his overs very quickly. And that's what exactly they need. They need a couple of quiet overs to go their way. Oh, that's a super shot by Syed Haider Wasi Shah. That is what has been missing so far in this tournament, that Syed Haider Wasi Shah hasn't really going, but that was such a great shot. Going down on one knee, and he's got really fast hands. Excellent improvisation, gets his first boundary. And when you know that you're not in the best of forms in a tournament, and now that you come out at a situation where your team has already gotten plenty of runs, your job becomes easier because you have a lot of overs to bat. You can allow yourself to get used to the surface, adapt to the wicket, get a good feel of your bat, try to middle and time the ball. Nicely done. It's a really good passage of play for the King of Sultans. Couple of quiet overs, and that's all because Zafar Yaseen getting them the first wicket of this contest. Just a gentle push. They've not ran the first one hard. They were very hesitant. And eventually it will be a 7-run over. Nice one by Farazuddin. 96 for 1. It's the last over before the players will head to the drinks break. So I think Farman and Syed Haider Wasi Shah should ensure they don't lose their wickets. And this is where this man has been so special, Zafir Yassin. He's somebody who packs his offside field and then he fires it towards the offside and really makes the batters cut. Doesn't really bowl anywhere full towards the batters. Yeah, again, making them cut the ball. Maybe he could have another fielder in that area. Now that's a quick single once again. Good running. Maybe he can remove the cover fielder and he could just join the two fielders, the third man and the point fielder. So three fielders in that area have the shield, make the batter cut, and the fielder which is now towards the cover region can go and move towards the deep extra cover. Then he will have more leverage to keep on bowling slightly short, fuller, quicker, and away from the arc of the batter. That's played aerials should only be a single, so the boundaries have dried for the last 3 overs, and that is what wickets do to you. They've lost only 1 wicket, but since that wicket, we've only seen 1 boundary from the bat of Syed Hyderabadi Shah. So the two bowlers bowling well in tandem. Nice little push. Playing sensibly at the moment. Syed Hyderabadi Shah knows that this is now a very good opportunity for him to get runs under his belt. And he's a match winner, Syed Hyderabadi Shah. He's been a great servant for 7 districts for many years. He's one of the regular members. Usually makes it into the playing 11. Now that's a glorious stroke yet again. And Zafir Yassin missing his length completely. It's a juicy full toss. Welcome 4 runs for Farman Ali, who's now cruised to 66. The decision to win the toss and to go on to bat first has paid off in the favor of 7 districts. And it's the captain who's taken the charge and he's put his team in a commendable position early in this contest. It's a dot to close out the 10th over. We're halfway through in the first innings. The players will take drinks. It's 104 for 1. Back after the drinks break, and even we've seen three quiet overs still define themselves in a very good position, 104 in 10 overs with only one loss, and that's all because the captain has been doing the bulk of scoring. He's raced on to 66. The majority of the runs have come out of the bat of Farman Ali. He's played such a mature innings, and it's not that he's really gone and blasted the bowling. He's played proper cricketing strokes. He's waited for the loose deliveries and he's cast on to the looseness. He's still out there. He's looking in great touch at the moment. So with the batting depth they have, they definitely would be eyeing 200, more than 200. There's plenty of batting to come after this. We might just see Wahab Hassan being promoted in this match. We've seen that he did go on to open in the last game, and we know he's a fierce striker. And this is a good little passage of play because Farazuddin, he's another very clever operator. Recently, I did follow him on social media, Farazuddin, and he was doing quite a bit of net practice session with, of course, our living legend Mohammad Amir, the left-arm fast bowler. So he was out there in the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, hours and hours of practice. He was bowling to Mohammad Amir. He was batting against Mohammad Amir. So I'm sure that he would have taken a lot of experience and surely would have learned a lot in the span of 2 to 3 hours he spent with, of course, our great left-arm fast bowler Pakistan has ever produced, Mohammad Amir. Now coming back to this game, it's going to be a long chase and the ball will win the race. So Farazuddin, he was bowling so well, but just once again drifting down the leg side. Oh, in fact, it's Farman Ali. He's manufactured a shot. By no means it was on the leg side. It was more on towards the fourth stump channel, and he's dragged this one and has gotten a boundary. Yeah, well, that is not the best of deliveries, and it was meant to be hit for a maximum, I believe. We just waiting for the confirmation of the umpire, but by the naked eye, it did look like Farman Ali has gotten 6 runs to his name. Yeah, that should clarify. But spoiling the over of Farazuddin, and Farman Ali is playing a captain's innings. It's 117 for 1. Beautifully done. Syed Haider Wazir Shah is showing a lot of maturity out there because he knows that it's better off to just be off strike and give the majority of the strike to his captain, who is in fine touch. That's crushed. Was a poor delivery, way too short. And Farman Ali, his eyes lit up when he saw it was banged in short, and also there was a lot of width offered. Lovely flow of the bat, and also very good finish, very good follow through. He's batting on 81, and we are still only in the 12th over. He just needs only 19 more runs to get to his 100, and there's still 8 more overs to go, plus 4 more deliveries in this over. Beautifully done. Smart cricket. after getting a boundary, is nudged it for a single. And over to you, Saeed Hyderabadi Shah. It's just going to be a matter of time when we might just see this dynamite on your screen will explode. He's a very jolly and a witty character, is Saeed Hyderabadi Shah. He's got that swag. Yeah, whoever knows this man is a very entertaining character, is Saeed Hyderabadi Shah. He's always got a joke or two to crack. He's somebody who's always looking to pull a leg or two of his teammates. Hits it hard towards cow corner. Only a single, but then again, this is already a very good score. Testing times here for King of Sultans. That's I think it's thick outside edge. Yeah, it is. And will be a boundary. So once again, expensive over, and Saeed Hyderabadi Shah, I think he's done the right thing. He just went hard at it and gets a boundary to close out the 12th over. It's 129 for 1, and that is how it's happened. Yeah, always away from the keeper. Gets an important boundary. Well, they realized that even spin wasn't working in their favor, and Irfan Yusufzai, another bowler who can nail in those Yorkers. Quite surprising, he's been introduced pretty late into the contest. Usually we do see him, he does bowl with the new ball as well, can bowl the heavy ball. Well, let's see if he can pick up a wicket on, and he was very close to get an outside edge of Farman Ali. Now, he's already gotten out in his 90s. I don't want to jinx it, but Farman Ali needs to be careful. I think he can just now look to get to his 100 first. He just needs 17 runs. I mean, there's nothing to be selfish about because you already have runs on the board. So he can now focus and get to his 100 and then just blast the bowling. But really, he deserves to get 100. Yeah, a bit of extra bounce as well. That tennis ball bounce by Irfan Yusufzai. So he's beaten the bat of Farman Ali twice the occasion. So it's going to be a good little contest. Saeed Hyderabadi Shah has gone down to Farman, the captain, having a word with him. I think he would be asking him to just keep calm. Even though you've been beaten twice, don't get carried away. Don't try to cover it up by throwing your bat onto the next delivery. Just be a little patient and be smart. Yeah, lovely drive. Does the right thing. Gets a single. And he gets off the strike. So over to you, Saeed Hyderabadi Shah. You too have gotten your eye in the middle. So how about you now go for a crack and try to get some quick runs in this over, because it has been a quiet one, just the one run so far. This has been an excellent display so far. Of course, Raheel Ali would think that he's missed out today. Was Slightly unlucky when he was trying to cut the ball, which was quite away from him. Got the thinnest of edges. Lost his wicket after a good start. Oh, charges down the ground and he slapped this. Well, this is much more like it, and this is the Syed Haider Shah we know. Excellent use of the feet, and he's belted this one hard. And that one has gone towards the boundary in no time. It was such a ferocious hit. And surely it's come right off the middle of his bat. It made a thunderous sound the moment it hit his bat. Cracking stroke. Nicely bowled. That was a very good delivery right in the block hole. And even then, Syed Haider Shah, it's not only that he's digged this one out. In fact, he's intentionally maneuvered the ball for a single. It's very good batting. He's seeing the ball extremely well. And as we know, we are into the business end of the tournament. You would want your gun players to get back into the form. And of course, he is one of their consistent performers, Syed Haider Shah, who's now off to a good start, would want to convert this 21 into a big one this evening. That's such a glorious hit. And again a misfield. And who is the culprit? I think it's Anis Sami, who's been caught napping. 137 for 1 after 13. Well, you see Zohair Iqbal being introduced into the attack this early. I mean, his second spell rather. But I think it's a forced change because nothing seems to be working in their favour at the to go with the experience of Zohair Iqbal, who has vast experience as to how to deal in these kind of situations. He is somebody who won't really give a lot of pace. He should look to bowl those slow bumpers. That is such one useful delivery which we haven't really seen these bowlers bowl much often. But yeah, I think now they have the license. Syed Haider Shah can go all out after a good start, and after 9 wickets in their hands, he should look to go big. He did try to do so, but just the bat twisting in his hands now. So much is going to be dependent on Sandeep Singh Sandhi, the captain, who of course scored I think 80 odd runs in one of the games. So surely we are going to see a big total being put. Not much happening for the bowlers this evening. I think only Zafar Yassin bowled exceptionally well. Other than that, all the bowlers, it has been a struggle for them. The batters have been severe. Well, that is a very good delivery, but Farman Ali even then has somehow gotten a boundary. Yeah, Zohair Iqbal is livid, but he's done well. He's tried to dig this one out, but fortunately, Farman Ali gets another boundary. It's his evening. What a fine tournament the captain is having, Farman Ali. A very confident captain, of course. The moment he won the toss, he wanted to bat first. He knows this wicket. He's been playing a lot of games here lately, and he knows it's a belter of a track. There's hardly anything for the bowlers, and he's cast on to the opportunity. Yeah, beautifully done. So there you go. Now, if you notice and observe, when the bowlers they look to bowl in the right areas, Farman Ali won't really go after you. It just shows that they have been not bowling in the right designated channels. They've been rather trying to bowl way too quick. Anas, Shiraz, and also Irfan Yusufzai trying to get a wicket on each and every delivery. Rather, if ever so, they would have had a plan in their mind that what we need to do is we are aware that it's a really good batting wicket. So our objective and motto is simplified. What we need to do is ensure we get our basics right and try to pitch the ball in the right areas. So that's what he did in the last delivery. And Farman didn't try to go after him. It was a nice little defense from him. So it's just that they haven't been up to the mark, King of Sultans, and that has been the story of the tournament for them. Well, it's early days, you never know, because they've got some serious batting power. Sandeep Singh Sandhi, that is one man, the captain. He should be looking to take a leaf out of the notebook of the other captain we have, Farman Ali, who's now into his 90s, and Syed Haider Wasi Shah is already provided a bit of entertainment. He's asking the question, but should be a leg by. In fact, it's overthrow. So nothing seems to be working at the moment for KOS. It's the end of over number 14. It's 145 for 1. Still, King of Sultans should have the belief in themselves that they can restrict them below 200, but if they continue the way they're batting, I think they will surpass even 220. Depth touch shown here by Farman Ali, and you really need to have skill and really good eye to play such kind of shots. Now that was deliberately played. He intentionally opened the face of the bat and has just guided it using the pace of Irfan Yusufzai, and also he knew where the third man fielder was stationed. So this is excellent cricket. This is where the game awareness comes into play. And that is the reason I've been consistently admiring this man, the captain himself, who's put up a show in this all-important knockout game. And he's not done yet. Look at that now. He's such a sweet timer of the ball. Races on to his 97, just 3 runs shy. Six runs already in the first 2 deliveries, so pressure on Yusufzai. Yeah, beautifully done. Gets a single. Races on to 98. Things aren't looking all that bright at the moment for KOS. Two on the board. I think they can easily even get 200, considering the batting power and the fire they have left in their batting department. Oh, this is high up in the air. It's gone aerial. In fact, it's gone a long way. This is an outrageous hit by Syed Haider Wasi Shah. And Irfan Yusufzai is absolutely shell shocked, stunned in the middle, because that is, I believe, one of the best shots I've witnessed in the tournament, and it has come out of the blade of none other than the destructive Syed Haider Wasi Shah. And I did mention before he came in, he's due, and I think he's truly and surely arrived here in this important game, and that too of a quarter-final of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition. What excitement have you witnessed so far in this tournament? Yeah, much better delivery by Irfan. Smartly rotating strike after getting a maximum to his name. Loved chatting with him yesterday in the post-match presentation. He always has a joke or two to crack. Really, he's such a character. He's witty. He's a character. And he was the player of the match, of course. Picked up 2 wickets in 1 over, and he took a splendid catch as well. Last delivery of the 15th over. Punches it. And gets a single eventually, which will take him to the magical number of 99. It's 160 for 1. Right then, this just could be the moment for the captain. He's played a captain's knock here in the very important knockout game. He just needs 1 to reach to the magical 100. Oh, careful. It's the nervous 90s. In fact, it's the nervous 99. I can understand what's going through his mind at the moment. He's just trying to take a single. Yeah, first, of course, he needs to get to his 100, and then we will see a different Farman. He will switch gears. He will go all out. He will become even more threatening and dangerous. Right then, the wait continues. The fans are waiting for this man to get to his 100, and also the dugout, they are up on their seats. Here we go. Oh, he's been knocked over. What have you done, Farman Ali? Oh my word. Zohair Iqbal, he's I feel for Farman Ali. Zohair Iqbal has cleaned him up 99, and he's still out there in the middle. Oh my word. This is something which we don't really have gotten to his 100. He got out on 94 in the same tournament just a few days ago, and now he's been castled, knocked over on 99. Look at him go. He is absolutely distraught and dejected. But what a knock by the captain. Be it he did not get to his 100, but he's played under pressure with immense talent, with authority, punished every loose delivery, and has paced his innings to perfection. Truly deserves every applause, and this will be one innings to remember. It's 160 for 2. Right then, in comes another exceptional talent. Aftab Javed doesn't really have much time in his hands. We need to get on with the game, and straight away he's clubbed this high up in the air and gets a maximum. It's a dream start for any batter in the world to smash a maximum on the very first delivery. It just looks like he has straight away come out from a net session, because that has been dismissed from his presence. What a fine strike. Aftab Javed is wasting no time. On the very first delivery, has made this ball disappear out of the ground. Such an exciting over already. Pulls it away. Same result. Back to back maxis. Aftab Javed, what are you doing? These are not any ordinary hits. This is a gigantic hit. And look at that ball go. It's high, it's long, it's going, and it's gone once again into the deserts. This is one man who hasn't really gotten many of chances in this tournament, and now that he's out there, he has announced his arrival, and I'm here for some serious business, and I'm not going to waste any time whatsoever. I'm going to get on with my game, and I will go hard against you. Pressure for Zohair Iqbal. Yeah, I wanted to play it inside out, but just missed out. Such an exciting over are we witnessing. But yeah, I mean, really, we need to give a lot of credit to Farman Ali. What a phenomenal innings. I mean, this is the kind of a knock which it is remembered for a very, very long time. It was all about handling the pressure. He made the right shot selections, stood tall when his team needed him the most. And that's exactly what he's done. He just deserved to get to the 100, but Zohair Iqbal just destroying his plans and destroyed his dream. He was just one run away to get to his well-deserved 100, but he was cleaned up. Yeah, what an over did we witness. It's 174 for 2. Zafar Yassin being reintroduced into the attack is going to be bowling his final over. I think he's been impressive. And the way he was bowling, I'm not too sure why he was held back. He could have continued bowling his 4 overs, because that was the time where he needed wickets. He got you a wicket on the very first delivery in his first over. And it's not only in just game, he's been doing that consistently throughout this tournament. So that could have been a wise move to ensure they could have gone on with Zafar Yassin. But yeah, here he is once again. Sandeep Singh Sandhi marshalling his troops in this all-important crunch knockout quarter-final. What a fine tournament we are having so far. We've already seen a thriller this afternoon where Gorilla 11, well, they certainly turned up the heat, and they did manage to somehow sneak into the game. But what a shot by Syed Haider Wasi Shah. This is pure power and pure brute force. He races on to 35 and he's looking dangerous out there. Yeah, he's a very strong striker of the ball, isn't he? This is fabulous batting. Yeah, now the responsibility automatically, of course, shifts to Syed Haider Wasi Shah because his partner has been cleaned up. There you go. Now this is one delivery even which I did mention in the first innings, or beg your pardon, the first quarterfinals this afternoon, where we saw the bowlers every time they looked to bowl a little slower onto the line of the stumps, slightly back of the length. And that's where we do see the ball does tend to keep slightly low. We did see quite a few wickets falling. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. That's a very good delivery. It did keep low, but Saeed Haider was Shah. He's batting extremely well. So he's somebody you just don't expect to just get castled and get beaten. He's a street smart cricketer. Is Saeed Haider Wasi Shah. Of course, another cricketer who's played a lot of cement cricket back in those days. He was very young, and I remember I used to see him playing for a lot of domestic teams. And that is one name I used to consistently hear. That's Syed Haider Wasi Shah. He's got 100. Syed Haider Wasi Shah. He's gotten these runs, and now he's in fact he's done well. He's saved a few runs for his team. So back in those days, every time you used to score, your name used to come in the newspapers. And this man, he used to make a lot of headlines back in those days. Excellent work in the deep. Yeah, he's done exceptionally well to save a few runs for his team. It's 182 for 2. Shiraz Khan has been reintroduced at a stage where the two batters are going hard against anyone who's been introduced at this stage. Very good batting by Syed Haider Wasi Shah. Of course, I did mention he was due that he didn't score runs lately in this tournament. But yeah, he's found found his form at the right time of the tournament because we're into the business end. It is a knockout game. We already know our first semi-finalist, of course, is Abu Dhabi Smashers. And in a couple of hours, of course, we will find out our second semi-finalist. Either it's going to be Seven Districts, or can King of Sultans create an upset? Because at the moment, Seven Districts, they are riding high on confidence. They're having an upper hand in this game, and they never really allowed KOS to come in the contest. So there's still 15 more deliveries to go. So how much are we expecting? 15 deliveries, Syed Haider and Aftab in the middle. 35 easily, even 40 if ever so these two stay right till the end, because the runs are coming thick and hard from both the ends. It's not that only one batter is going after the bowlers, but yeah, if they bowl like that, then it will become a tough job to get to 220, which they should be eyeing from here onwards. At the moment, projected score is 209. Even that is not going to be easy. But yeah, I mean, you can't discard King of Sultans. There's a quality side. They've got some power hitters, Sandeep Singh Sandy. They have Anis Sami. Now, these two batters will make a vast difference. Even the keeper Javo, he did well in one of the games. He got runs. So yeah, they do have the firepower, but can they hold their nerves? It's a very important game, of course, for both the teams. So the team which will hold it, the nerves, I think that will come out strong and come out victorious on this big day. Oh, there was an element of risk involved when Aftab opted to play this shot, because if he would have missed it, this was crashing onto the stumps. He's got really good eye and he's played it well. He's connected it very nicely and gets the boundary to close out the 18th over. It's 190 for 2. Irfan will be bowling the penultimate over, so this is the last over for him, and on the very first delivery, he's been crushed for a boundary. He's now racing away to his 50, 43 in just 29 deliveries. Oh, this has been such a treat to watch Syed Haider Wasi Shah. Pure entertainment. And this is what he has to offer when he's in this kind of a form. Unstoppable at the moment. So this is some really good news that even Syed Haider has gotten into good form. But I think has taken an outside edge. Yes, it has. But even then, I think he's done his part. He's done a lot of damage. 43 in no time. And Irfan finally picks up a wicket. It's 194 for 3. Another fine talent. He's just walked in the middle. Of course, we will see him with the ball, but now all eyes on Irshad with his bat. Yeah, just got a little big on him. Just got beaten by pace. Was a bit late on it. But what a tremendous knock. All the batters have contributed. I mean, Raheel also started off so well, and then captain, of course, he missed out to his 100, a well-deserved one. 99 is what he scored. Then we saw the havoc which Syed Haider Wasi Shah, and then the carnage coming in from Aftab Javed. So it has been a collective effort so far. Well, he's once again try to play a similar kind of shot where he did find success in the first time trying to do so, but yeah, it's been given. In fact, it's been a single taken. So Irshad, of course, will have no time whatsoever. He too is somebody who is known for his big hitting ability. So he'll have to get on with the game right now. Can't really waste any delivery Make each and every ball count. Beautifully done now. Where Irfan Yusufzai, he's such a special bowler. Yeah, I understand he's been a little expensive, but honestly, it's quite surprising to see that he's not going to be bowling his fourth over. He's somebody that who's been consistently performing well for his team, and you at times need to have faith and trust in your bowlers. You needed to give him the fourth over, but it's not going to be the case because now that is a big shot. It's high, it's long, it's gone into the outer space for a huge maximum. He's bowling so well until he tried to york Irshad Khan, but the margin of error is so minimal. He used the crease, went down, and then he went hard, and he has struck this one out of the park to close out the penultimate over. 200 comes up, and there's still an over to go. It's 2 for 3. Last over of the first innings, Aftab Javed is on fire. Already he struck 2 huge maximums, and the moment he walked in, he pulled Zohair Iqbal for a couple of sixes on the trot. Shiraz Khan has been economical but hasn't picked up wickets. Yeah, nicely bowled right in the block hole. Nothing much he could have done. Sandeep Singh Sandy now, he really needs to get his team off to a flyer, and I think he should come out to open. Usually I've been seeing him, he's demoted himself. He comes at number 3, at number 4 position, and he's a genuine opener. He's somebody who's very dangerous when he comes out to open. Inside edge will only be a single, so yeah, when you're aware that it's a knockout game, you need more than 200 runs, you're going to face one of the best bowling lineups here in the domestic circuit. You need to have the belief and the courage that as a captain, you take the responsibility. I mean, we did see even in the first match where nicely flicked away. It's going to be only a single, so it's a decent over so far. Yeah, just that one small decision by the captain, Sher Azam, where he knew that the match was so tight and close, so he didn't throw the ball to anyone else, because usually, the captains, they try to escape that situation. They don't want to be putting themselves into that pressure situation and then get blamed. So he showed a lot of character. He did go on to bowl that one over, and he did exceptionally well. This is a powerful strike. Oh, I think he's done well. Surely it seemed like he's saved a 6 for his team. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a lot of elevation. That was miles up in the air. But that is going to be a close call. The umpire wants to have a recheck onto this. In fact, he signaled it's not a maximum, so the play continues. Surely this is going to be run out at the non-strikers end. Nope. Irshad was quick enough. So what a terrific over we're witnessing. No boundaries in the last over. Yeah, he's done his part, Aftab Javed, but still, you can see he's not very happy with himself, because you wouldn't be happy, obviously, if you don't get a boundary in the last over of the innings. Just 4 runs. Very good bowling by Shiraz Khan. Steaming for the last time in this innings. This is crashed. Has he found the boundary? Nope. Zohair Iqbal down there in the center does the cleanup work, and they will come back for a couple of runs. So first innings done and dusted, and it's 7 strikes. I think they will be a happier bunch compared to the men in green, because they've posted a mammoth target of 208, and I think that's a very good score on any given service. And also, of course, we know the bowling attack of 7 Districts. I think they're pretty much having an upper hand in this contest. Yeah, as I did mention, that it has been a collective performance. The two openers starting off well, Farman missing out to his 100, and then Syed Haider Wasi Shah, good to see him back in form. Aftab, he was severe against Zohair Iqbal, struck him a couple of times out of the park, and 208 is eventually is what they have gotten. So quite a few sixes is what they've scored, and also now the talking bowling performance. Yeah, plenty of options have been used, and that's all because they didn't have the best of starts. Anas Khan, he was quite expensive. Zohair did pick up a wicket, and that too of Farman Ali. Got him clean bowled on 99, and then Zafir Yassin bowled exceptionally well. But for Azuddin not bowling out his 4-over quota alongside Irfan Yusufzai, I think that was very strange decision by Sandeep Singh Sandhi. 11 extras is what they've given, which is quite on the higher side. Right then, first innings done and dusted. We're just going to take a short little break, and once we are back, we will be all set for the run chase. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers, after a short little break. First innings done and dusted. And I think it will be some districts who will be pretty much happier after what has happened in the first innings. Of course, the captain taking the charge, scoring valuable runs for his team. 99 is what he's got in just one run shy. Yeah, he got out on 94 and then today he's gotten out to 99. Something's with the 90s, which is not really supporting him. Not going in his favor. Very unlucky. But yeah, he did deserve to get to his 100. Not today, even in the last game as well. So he missed out a couple of hundreds in this tournament. Right then now, all eyes on the fast bowlers. No surprises for Farhan Khan, one of their premier bowlers. Has a slip in place. Second slip is what he's gotten. I think Farazuddin has come out to open. That's not a bad ploy alongside Sandeep Singh Sandhi, so that's good news. The captain has promoted himself. Yeah, when you know that you need so many runs to chase down, you need to ensure you back yourself, because he is a gun player. If ever so somebody can give you a good start, it has to be Sandeep Singh Sandhi. Farazuddin, compared to him, is more compact, more stylish, more technically correct. Will look to play along the carpet. If ever so it's a loose delivery, he will take full opportunity to score runs. On the other end, Sandeep Singh Sandhi, I don't really think he's going to be holding himself back for too long. He's come out with an intent and he'll look to go hard. Oh, careful. It was in the air for a while and it just got a little big on him. For Farhan Khan, of course, we know that. He's somebody who's one of the quickest we have here in the UAE domestic circuit. So it's not going to be all that easy to just straight away come out all guns blazing against him. You need to choose and pick your deliveries wisely. He really rushes towards the batters. Balls with a lot of pace and control. Oh, that one did keep low, and that is very I would say lucky for Sandeep Singh Sandhi, because I don't know how he's gotten his bat onto it, because that kept very low. There you go. This could have been disaster. If ever so you are a King of Sultans fan, you would want Sandeep Singh Sandhi to fire on this big stage. It's an important game, of course. It's a knockout game. You lose, you snooze, you're out of the tournament. So plenty at stake. And that is the reason they've included back these regular members. For Farhan Khan steaming in. Yeah, just a gentle push at the moment. He's not really looking to go hard. That's all because Farhan Khan is bowling in those perfect lengths at the moment. Just back of the length, he is getting quite a bit of support from the surface. Because he's tall, he's got a high arm action. He comes very close to the stumps. And then you can see he puts in that extra bit of effort after he delivers. He's got a lovely follow through as well. So everything seems to be very correct about this man on your screen, for Farhan Khan. I did mention that he's gone on to play franchise cricket as well. And on the other end, of course, Farazuddin as well has gone on to play for the UAE team. So quite a few stars here in this contest. Quiet start though. King of Sultans, they know that they're chasing a huge total, and that is where they need to be ensuring they keep up with the required run rate, at least get 8-9s every over. And at the same time, they can't afford to be losing wickets, because every time you look to chase big totals, you lose wickets, you put your middle order batter under immense pressure. Beautifully bowled. Completely beaten him. An extra bit of pace and swing. Excellent start by Farhan. It's 5 for no loss. Well, he's having a great tournament, isn't he, Awais Ahmed? Last couple of games, picked a lot of wickets, very economical. Left arm swing bowler. Brings the ball in very sharply towards the right-handers, and of course, most of the batters who have played against him, they will be a bit careful, because he not only swings the ball in, he swings it a bit late as well, and that is what makes it really even more difficult. I mean, we know that the left arm fast bowlers, the trend which we've seen, that they're naturally talented and naturally they have the ability to bring the ball in towards the right-handers. They swing the ball sharply in just because of the angle that they bowl in, coming over the wicket. But what makes Awais Ahmed so special, that the ball swings in very late, and that becomes so difficult for you as a batter to really read the trajectory. By the time you decide to play a shot, or maybe you're looking to play it down the ground, because you think it's already too late. Nicely worked away by Sandeep Singh Sandhi. Gets a boundary. And Awais Ahmed, not the right length, I would say. It's a bit too short. With the new ball, Awais Ahmed, he's been usually very spot on, but yeah, it's just not the right length to be bowling, especially when you're bowling with the new ball. You can always afford to tend to bowl fuller, because you have so many runs on the board. You wouldn't want to have a defensive approach. Yeah, this is the delivery now he's recently really worked hard on to develop. The one which goes away from the right-handers. Just an year ago or so, I remember Awais Ahmed, he did have the tendency where, of course I did mention about the one he brings in, but then he used to have another delivery which used to hold its line and go straighter. But lately, he's also worked so hard to develop the delivery which pitches and goes away from the right-handers. So now he's become even more threatening. Pace, control, swing, very lethal combination. Yeah, spot on. There you go. This is much more like it. Go for it. Try to just bowl those booming in-swingers full and straight right in the block hole, because the required run rate is already 11 runs per over. We're just into the second over. So at the moment, 7 districts, all they have to do is just keep things simple. On the other end, King of Sultans, they need to be brave. They need to have the faith and belief that they can chase this haunting total down. Flicked away very nicely, but there is protection. Will only be a single to close out. Another good over by 7 districts. It's 10 for no loss. It's a perfect start so far. Both the bowlers keeping things very quiet in the middle. This has been pumped down. And Sandeep Singh Sandhi, he needs plenty of these in the power play. If ever so they've got a chance to be chasing this total down, it has to be this man, the captain. Finally gets it from the middle of the bat. Took his time initially. He's played already 11 deliveries. And after quite a long time, he's certainly now found it from the middle of the bat. Farhan Khan won't like it. Watch out for a sharp bumper. Oh, in fact, he's taken some pace off, and that is a very good delivery. He's deceived Sandeep Singh completely on that occasion. I don't really think he was expecting this delivery to really hold up and come so slow at him. So yeah, I mean the batting department, they've done their part, and I did say that it has been a collective effort. Of course, first the two openers, Farman and Raheel, they laid the foundation, set the platform, made it very easy for the next batters to come in, and then we already saw what Saeed Haider was did, and then the cameo coming in from Aftab Javed, nailing it and putting the final nail in the coffin. And they've gotten a big score to their name, and that too in the all important knockout game. It's a Super Saturday. We've already seen the first quarter final being done and dusted. It's Abu Dhabi Smiles. They've qualified for the semi-finals. We'll soon find out the results of this game as well. And then there's a Super Sunday tomorrow. Another couple of quarterfinals coming your way. Oh, that's been absolutely punished. It's gone a long, long way, and Farhan Khan, he's opted to bang in short, and Sandeep Singh Sandy, that's a fabulous strike. It's gone a mile. Look at it go. That is, I think, one of the biggest hits we've seen so far in this tournament. So this is a very good move, considering Sandeep Singh Sandy, the captain, promoting him up the order, knows that of game. So yeah, it did take quite a bit of time to retrieve the ball because he's sent this a long, long way, Sandeep Singh. Nicely bowled, taking all the pace off. It's a good little comeback. I don't really think the captain will continue with Farhan. Maybe he's going to be held back because he's very useful in the latter part of the innings. He bowls the old ball with a lot of control, nails in those Yorkers in the depth. So yeah, at the moment things aren't really working in his favour. I think might as well save his 2 overs, as it's going to be very useful in the latter part of the innings. Hits it hard, chance! It's a big blow. After a promising start by the captain Sandeep Singh Sandy, he's hit it straight towards the fielder. That was a brave delivery by Farhan because it was full and straight. It was in his zone. And that's a clean catch. Simple take by Irshad. They've got the big fish. Farhan strikes early. It's 20 for 1. So Farhan Khan picking up one of the most important wickets, and that too of the captain. So now a lot will be expected from Farazuddin. Good little sharp bumper. And Anis Sami, he's the one yet again finding him in a situation where his team, they need his services desperately. And time again, it's Anis Sami who's really taken them out of that dilemma, out of this tough situations which his team gets him into. But yet again, he's got a job. I mean, he has to now take his team out of this very tough situation that they've gotten into, because 189 required, and again 7 districts bowling lineup. This is not going to be easy. Caught and punished. Yeah, he's had enough for Azuddin. He did try to bowl a bouncer. It was a good delivery, but then again, he's yet again tried to bowl a short delivery, and he was equal to the task. Very quickly adjusting, and read the left way too early, getting his first boundary. Quite surprising, this strategy from Awais Ahmed. You don't see this usually. With the new ball, left arm swing bowler, he doesn't really bowl too short with this kind of a field. Yeah, I know he has a plan, because he has a deep square leg and a deep fine leg. So that is quite obvious that he will look to go short. Now they're asking the question, he's heard something. Not so the umpire. That would have been a huge moment. And yeah, you can see Awais Ahmed, he's just maybe having a word with his captain and asking him, why didn't you go for the big appeal? Because he heard something, but the umpire was unmoved. And even Farazuddin, he looked pretty confident that he hasn't nicked it. So yeah, I was just mentioning with this field setup he's gotten, deep square, deep fine. Yeah, he did the right thing by banging in short, but he's not one of those bowlers. He's not that type of a bowler. I like him when he bowls full. What a fine shot this is by Farazuddin. He looks so stylish and elegant. Every time he plays with a straighter bat, he's already pulled Awais Ahmed for a boundary, and now he's ball in his slot, and wow, hold the pose, one for the photographers. He's surely enjoyed this nice little punch down the ground, and very good flow as well. Good finish to the shot. So yeah, as we speak, he's now made a change in the field. So he's pushed his mid off back to long off, and yeah, the deep square comes in the circle. So fine leg and a long off. Oh, I think he's gotten away with it. This is a good little contest we're witnessing. I think Farazuddin is now taking the challenge, and he's taking on Awais Ahmed, because he did bowl a snorter to start off this over. Then Faraz, and then the next one, Farazuddin just pumped him down the ground. This is a very exciting little battle between the two. Pulled away nicely. It's away from Farhan Khan, and just because of the extra bit of pace Awais generated, it helped Farazuddin to get another boundary. So this is an expensive over, and that's what I was just mentioning. I don't really understand this plan. If this is required, bowling short with the new ball, it's not working in his favor at all. And honestly, I'm seeing this first time happen. Awais Ahmed, he would never take this kind of a field. Deep square, deep fine, and with the new ball, he's bowling short to the batters. Whereas what I really have seen in the past and what he's been doing consistently, he bowls full onto those good length areas. Oh, that is pure class and timing yet again by Farazuddin. He's playing a gem of an innings. That's the end of an expensive over. It's 35 for 1. Well, he was a little expensive in his second over for Farhan Khan, but then again, just because he picked up a wicket and that too off the dangerous Sandeep Singh Sandy, that is the reason he's been asked to continue. Now, so much is going to be dependent on this very pair. Good to see that Farazuddin is already off to a good start, 14 in no time. He now understands this wicket, that it's coming onto the bat very nicely. You can trust and play through the line of the ball. Whereas on the other end, we have Anis Sami, one of their backbones, who's been a consistent performer. Every time he walks into a situation, every time he walks in the middle, there is always a situation where his team is under trouble. That's crushed. Fetch that. That's too short for Farhan Khan. Every time he's looking to bowl short, we're seeing that he's not finding much success. And Anis Sami just looked like he had ample time, and he's worked it away beautifully towards the long one to get his first boundary and open his account in style. Well, he's been the talk of the town, Anis Sami. A lot of teams have been discussing about this man, that how brilliant he is. They want to know from which part is he back in Pakistan. When did he arrive? Because he is an absolute dynamite, is Anis Sami. Even me, honestly, I haven't seen him much. I'm seeing him for the very first time, but I remember I myself have given him a couple of player of matches already. He's a very talented left-handed, stylish batter, and I really love his attitude as well. He's very humble, very down to earth, and he has a great attitude towards the game. Very positive approach. So that is one man who's come out of nowhere, and he's been making quite a name for himself. And yeah, rightfully so. I mean, at times you would want your bat to do the talking, and then you automatically become the talk of the town. And that is what he's become, Anis Sami. His services are required in this crunch encounter. Yeah, another dot delivery. That is not going to help the cause. So yeah, even if they get somewhere around 55, 60 would be even better, and not lose any more further wickets. I think King of Sultans would be happy, because it's a good wicket to bat on. We all know that. We've been playing a lot of games on this very surface. We're playing in the same surface the last 6 to 7 games, so nothing has been working so far. Yeah, the spinners did get a bit of turn. Farooq Moment enjoyed his outing early on in the afternoon, where he picked up 3 wickets. Was so economical. Dower of Gorilla 11-2 was turning the ball. But apart from that, you can see that nobody really could get any kind of purchase of the surface. Quite over so far. Just the 4 runs. This is Ariel. wasn't in control whilst he played the shot, but eventually will get a couple of more runs to his name. Some districts on the other end, I don't think so that they're going to take this game easy. They know that there was already, I wouldn't call it an upset, but it was a game where they shouldn't have lost. They've played 4, they've won 3, but even the first game where they lost, they should have won. Because 20 runs were needed in the last over, and Abu Dhabi Smashers chased it down. So yeah, they're aware that now there's no room for any kind of error as we've headed into the knockout stages of this tournament. Oh, beautifully done. Nice flick of the wrist. Gets a single to retain strike in the next over. It's 42 for 1. This is going to be very interesting. Siam Khan introduced early into the attack. Slingy action will come in and just try to target the stumps every time he will look to bowl those Yorkers. He's a Yorker specialist in this team. A new recruit, of course, for 7 districts. Another very talented right arm fast bowler. He can really bowl at the rate of North. Siam Khan. He's worked very hard onto his fitness, that's for sure. Slashed away nicely, and Anis Sami, he's just continuing his form from where he left off in the last game. Look at that, it's just slightly short. I mean, he didn't provide all that width in the room, but still, you can see the key was that Anis Sami, he really let the ball come to him, and then he played it as late as he could. So it's a good little recovery after Sandeep Singh Sandy, the captain, departed early. So much is dependent on this pair. Now crashes it down the ground and gets a lot of bat on this one. It's a maximum. And you can see Farman Ali straight away ran to Siam. And he's got a few suggestions for him, because if he balls like that, Anis Sami is going to really make him pay. So he's under the pump, Siam Khan. And 50 has now come up. And we're still into the power play. So the chase is on. That is exactly what they needed. Not to lose many wickets. And at the same time ensure you get runs on the board, which they have gotten. And the good news is the runs are coming from both the ends. We saw Farazdeen, Awais Ahmed. Now it's slashed, it's high in the air, and I think it's gone for a maximum yet again. We'll need to wait for the signal. I think he's given that as 6 runs, so this is already a very expensive over. And Siam Khan, he's all over the place. He's not bowling in one area, in one channel. Rather, he's trying to bowl way. And Anis Sami, he won't mind Siam Khan bowling with a lot of pace. He wants that pace. Tricks. Anis Sami, he's a match winner. Clipped away It's gone a long way. It's gone for another maximum. Unbelievable striking by Anis. Well, this man is unstoppable at the moment. 22 runs have been looted. In the last over of the power play, and Siam Khan has been taken to cleaners. Because you don't want this man to be getting smashed because he has 3 more overs to go. This is a slight bit of a worry for Farman Ali. Last delivery of the power play. Pushes it gently towards the cover. And should come back for the second easily. In fact, it's going to be a fumble which will allow them for the third. This is not good now. 25 runs in the 6th over of the power play. Well, this is excellent for King of Sultans. 67 for 1. Well, this partnership is certainly looking threatening now for some districts. We're going to see another fast bowler, Rishad Khan, steaming in for the very first time. And these bowlers are now being put under the pump. What a fine knock already by Anis Sami. I did mention that he is a real threat. He is somebody who's been scoring runs in every single game he's come on to bat. And he doesn't really care what situation it is, what kind of pressure is there. He will come in with a purpose, with an intent that he's out there to make his team win. And even when he's come out to bat today as well, there was immense pressure because 7 to 6 bowlers, they were all over the King of Sultan batters because they lost their main batter, of course, Sandeep Singh Sandhi. 141 needed. Still a long way to go though. The momentum which he has gotten in his favor. So he's been severe against Siam Khan in the last over. And really, Siam Khan was spraying the ball all over. He's trying to bowl way too quick to Anis Sami. But he is a special talent, that is for sure. This is pulled and taken. That's a massive wicket. And it is Irshad who's provided the much needed breakthrough. And they've struck gold. And Farhan Khan, he takes a clean catch. This is a huge moment in the game. They've picked up Anis Sami. And now 76 will believe they're having an upper hand in this contest. 69 for 2. Java, the new batter, walks in at number 4 position. They do have runs on the board, but they've lost two of their main hard hitters. First, of course, the captain, and now they've lost a set batter, Anis Sami, who was really looking to take the charge and was severe, of course, against Siam Khan. And I think now Khan Ali should continue with Siam Khan. You need to give that confidence to Siam Khan and tell him it's completely okay. What has happened? Forget it. He's gone. He's out. And I want you to continue. And I want you to fire it right onto the line of the stumps, because you are the one who is a specialist here in the domestic circuit. So give him the confidence and continue with him. You don't want to be demoralizing him in a quarterfinal. Nicely played, gets off the mark with a single. Now this is the problem. If you lose wickets, you will see how quickly the required run rate will creep, because they'll have to keep up with the required run rate, even though that they've gotten runs in a span of 6.5. Still, you can see how much they need. Almost 11 runs per over. That is what the damage. That is the haunting total that they've set for King of Sultans. Farazuddin, he's been impressive since the time he's walked in. Very surprising that he didn't bowl out his 4 over quota. That was, I don't know, why didn't he bowl those 4 overs? Now this is skied up in the air. He had to backpedal. I think he's completely misjudged onto this, because you can see that the ball literally just fell somewhere near the boundary skirting. So yeah, surely he's not been able to read. Yeah, it should have been a catch. If ever so, he would have come from the rope. 76 for 2 after 7. Right then, captain has removed Siam Khan. It's going to be Wahab Hassan for the very first time. Another quality left arm spinner, and he's produced magic on the very first delivery. Well, now they're falling apart. They've lost 2 quick wickets, and Wahab Hassan strikes on his very first delivery, and that was a terrific ball. And 7 districts now are on the top, having an upper hand in this contest. It's 76 for 3. Now what a turnaround. There was a stage where Anis Sami, he went absolutely berserk. Looted 25 runs in one single over, but then excellent rotation. Need to give some credit to Farman. I mean, they did have a plan in their mind, and they did shot, those short bumpers to Anis Sami, and he did fall in the trap. And now, the moment he's introduced Wahab Hassan, he's straight away gone on to pick up a wicket. Wahab Hassan was observing the last game closely, and I think that bowling wicket to wicket is the right way to go about, because we've seen now as the top, especially when you bowl onto the line of the stumps, so you can get the LBWs and the balls into equations. Beautifully cut by Farazuddin. Now so much is going to be expected onto the shoulders of Farazuddin. The runs which they've gotten, that's not a problem. 78, that's a very good score. But the problem is they were heavily depending on Anis Sami, because Sandeep Singh Sandhi hasn't really fired. Yes, he got off to a good start in this tournament by getting 80 odd runs in one of the games, but you needed much more. You needed the main gun players to fire on this big day. Yeah, some turn on offer. Tharindu Pereira now, of course, will look to just take some time in the middle, at least get used to these conditions. And by the time he's well settled, you'll see how quickly that required run rate will creep up. So it's not looking good at the moment for the men in green. Yeah, he's got a wry smile on his face, and why not? It's always such a great feeling. You pick up a wicket on your very first delivery of your first over. And he finishes off the over extremely well. 79 for 3 after 8. Irshad is the one who provided that much needed breakthrough, in that too. They've gotten rid of Anis Sami, but Tharindu Pereira has gotten a boundary in the very first ball of the 9th over. And Irshad, he's fuming. He's not happy with this effort. He thought a better effort was required. I think he just dived a little too late there. But Irshad, he wasn't having any of it. Yeah, look at him go. He's still going on about it. I understand the fast bowlers, they hate to concede boundaries. The adrenaline rush is pretty much high at the moment. Now, how do they go about this innings? That is the question. They're finding themselves 3 down, and that too 3 important wickets. Farazuddin is one of their major hopes. I think they just need to ensure they try to take this game deep. Because if ever so, they go on to target these bowlers at this stage who are bowling in a great rhythm, Wahab and Irshad. There's a high chance that you might just lose your wicket at this stage, and then you're gonna exposing your low order batters way too early. We're just into the 9th over. So this is a very tricky situation for both the batters, because Tharindu, who's just made his way in the centre, Farazuddin is batting exceptionally well, but the only issue has been that he's been losing partners on the other end. Of course, he came out to open the innings, so he's the one who's playing very sensibly. because he knew that the runs were coming from the other end. So his job became much easier. He ensured he stays out there, holds one end. The bulk of the runs were being made from the other end. But now, after the departure of Sandeep and of course Anis Sami, this is going to be a test for Farazuddin. So how does he go on to build and construct this innings? He does have experience, of course. Farazuddin, another UAE cap cricketer. He's young, he's talented. I think, of course, he's gone on to play under 19 as well for UAE, if I can recall. Need to check his stats though. But yeah, I remember Farazuddin. He's been here in the domestic circuit for quite a while now. Nicely worked away. He's ran the first one hard, but never a two there. So, yeah, talking about 24 years old. Of course, he was born and brought up and raised here in Dubai itself. Talented all-rounder. Gone on to play for the UAE under 19 team, and of course, he's played for the international senior team as well. He's played quite a few T20s as well. He's bowled well in one of the games. I can't really remember against which team it was, but I think it was against Nepal, where he did really well. Oh, this is going to be very close. And I think Irshad Khan, he should have ran back behind the stumps. He just got himself into a very awkward position. It's 88 for 3. Wahab to continue. I think one of the batters should really make a move on. You don't want the required run rate to creep up somewhere around 13s. That's going to become extremely tough to achieve that in every single over, and that too against 76 bowling lineup. It's not going to be all that easy. And on the other end, I think Tarendu Pereira should be the one who should be targeting Wahab Hassan, because he's a left-handed batter and he's facing Wahab Hassan, who's going to bring the ball in towards him. Beautifully played, but straight into the hands. Each and every single dot delivery as well will put a lot of pressure. It's a long way to go. 120 is what they need. They don't have much time in their hands. Dot is something which they cannot afford at all. Should be wide, yeah. Farazuddin, but getting it all wrong in the end. He came out to open, of course, Wahab Hassan. Who can forget that in the last game? I did enjoy his little bit of outing. Now he's back to his regular routine, and that is to bowl well, which he is at the moment. He's bowling extremely well. He's making life very tough for the batters at the moment. They can't really get away with him. Oh, that is a smashing hit by Farazuddin. The sound of the bat, the moment it hit, Farazuddin knew that he's got a lot of bat on this one. Yeah, it was in his slot and he went really hard, and he has struck this extremely well, getting 6 important runs. So what was a quiet over now is looking much better. 7 runs so far. Still 2 more deliveries to go though. Yeah, clever delivery. Right onto the line of the middle stump. Yeah, even though that he's been struck for a maximum, he's done well in his second over. It's 97 for 3 after 10. A shot to continue, rightfully so. Straight into the hands. Yeah, good to see the captain is getting involved every now and then. He's in the game. Who can forget the decisions he made against Abu Dhabi Smash as well? Nothing to take away from Farman Ali. I mean, he's a very good captain. I've been praising him for quite a while now. I think they made one small error in that game. It's the past, but just because of that one error, they went on to lose the game. So he's ensuring he doesn't do a replica, because one single mistake and you can bring the team back into the contest. I mean, imagine if ever so somebody gives a big over of 20-25 runs, because we've already seen a 25 run over, and that was when Siam Khan was bowling to Anis Sami. So when you have the game in your hands, why would you ever allow the opponents to get into the contest at any stage of the game, and that too in a mega event? It's a quarterfinals. We're heading down to the business end, of course. There's a couple of more quarterfinals coming our way, which are tomorrow. That should be exciting contest as well. Of course, the first one, it will be the Dubai Royals taking on UUDS Tuskers, which will be starting 5 p.m. local time. That's going to be another cracker of a contest. UUDS Tuskers, they've got some exceptional ex-international cricketers in their team. Dubai Royals as well, they have some very well-known names in their team. What a cracker did we see when GHK Properties played against Dubai Royals yesterday. It was the last group game. They're looking to come back for the second. Good bit of fielding. Yeah, you don't want to be challenging the arm of Wahab Hassan. No way. And then, of course, the fourth and the last quarterfinals, which will be played between GHK Properties and Evergreen Real Estate. Somehow I managed to qualify for the quarterfinals. Evergreen will be led by Omar Arshad. They didn't have the best of tournaments so far, but then again, yeah, as I did say, that somehow have sneaked in to play the quarterfinals, and that too against another unbeaten side, which is GHK Properties. No losses to their name. They've won all of their 4 games on the trot. So by tomorrow we should be knowing our semi-finalists, our 4 semi-finalists. And then, of course, on Monday we head to our first semi-final, followed by another semi-final, which is going to be the next day, which is Tuesday the 30th of June. And then we go to the mega final, which will be on Wednesday the 1st of July. I think we're going to have plenty of supporters, families, friends coming down here and cheering their team. And it will be an electric of an atmosphere here in the Tolerance Oval. So we're just a few days away. It's turned out to be a very good over by Irshad Khan. He's not conceded any boundaries. The required run rate is now crept up to 12 runs per over. It's 101 for 3. Have to continue. I think it's high time now Tarinder should get into the act, because you don't want to be putting a lot of pressure on Farazuddin. He's done his bit. He's really fighting this battle hard. You don't want to be dependent and leaving all on him. It's high time Tarinder now needs to go big. At the moment, he's just dealing in singles. When you know that you're chasing more than 200, 13 in 12 balls, I don't think so. It's a good start. So now if he loses his wicket, I think his management is not going to be happy with him, because he's eaten up a lot of dot deliveries. He's got his eye in the middle. So now he's got even more pressure, rather a bigger responsibility from this stage. And Farazuddin hasn't really gotten support from him at the moment. That's pulled away, but there is protection. So boundaries have dried up. They're only dealing in singles. We just saw one maximum in the second over of Wahab, but otherwise a quiet last over by Irshad. And even now this over, it's turning out to be a quiet one, because Wahab, he's not really letting the batters come underneath the ball. He's reading the batter right till the end. He's watching their feet movement and then delivering. Very smart and a clever operator. Yeah, make that another single. So dealing in singles at the moment. Just keep on having a check on the required run rate underneath the scoreboard. Still a lot of work to be done. 105 needed. They've already lost the two gun batters. Well, there you go now. There's some dew. Not too sure because he's trying to dry the ball, so maybe the dew has arrived. It's come a bit too late, so that's good news for some districts. Nicely played. Should come back for the second. She does eventually. And even though this is turning out to be a fabulous spell by Wahab Hassan. Of course, he's one of the senior members for 7 districts. He's been around for quite a few years. He's really grown through the ranks. And of course, he's now one of their premier front up spinners. And he does extremely well to close out another good over for his team. It's 106 for 3. Yeah, this is really good. Farman trusting and bringing Siam back pretty early, not really waiting for him to bowl in the latter part. And that's a thick outside edge, gets a boundary. That's an unlucky boundary for Siam, to be honest. And it's a good little start to this over. But honestly, even in this first over, I didn't see Siam Khan even trying to bowl a single Yorker. Plenty of surprises is what I've seen in this contest. Awais Ahmed bowling short, taking a fine leg and a deep square leg. Siam Khan not looking to bowl full. That is his strength. That is his stock delivery. That's where he gets those wickets with the slingy action, the LBWs and the bowls. And he's bowling short. I don't know what the plan is, but I hope it goes in their favour. It has so far. 99, there's a long way to go. Surely the coach, the captain, the think tank, they have a plan in their mind. So yeah, let's see if this works in their favor. But for me, really, I would love to see Siam Khan getting back to his old stock deliveries, that is full and straight. Just like that. Excellent delivery. That's the one which I'm talking about. And he can bowl this delivery all day and night. Hours and hours of practice sessions. He just keeps those boxes just in that block hole area. Keep any kind of item, maybe a shoe, maybe a bail, and then he just keeps on knocking at them. But today he's been short. Again he's bowled a short delivery and he's been punished. I think somebody needs to have a word with him. Farman needs to get into the act. And yeah, I think he's straight away ran up to Siam Khan. He's now having a long conversation with him. And he must be telling him that that is not the right approach. You need to be full. And with the pace he possesses, I mean, if he just needs to just vary his pace, ball full onto the stumps. Even if it's a half full, it doesn't matter. They need 13 runs per over. So just ball straight, which is not a problem for Siam Khan, and then you can even bowl a slower one onto the stumps as well. Just like that. Excellent delivery. I think for Blessing that they have runs on the board. Otherwise, this is away towards the boundary in no time. Yeah, another wave, half volley, and Farazuddin playing a lovely inside out stroke. That is fabulous striking. Fantastic innings by Farazuddin so far. It's 119 for 3. Wahab Hassan has been impressive in this all-important knockout quarter-final. He's put his team on the top, of course, has picked up an important wicket. Will be bowling his last over. Beautifully done. This is a really good start yet again. Just keep a check on the required run rate. They need to be mindful of. Yes, they have a lot of wickets, but they need a couple of huge overs if they're even thinking to get close to this target. Yeah, very smart. I think Tarindu wasn't expecting this delivery to be so much wider and away from him, because Wahab has been targeting the stumps every now and then. And even before he delivered, you can see Tarindu was pretty much waiting and sitting back. He wanted to smash it towards the mid wicket, but Wahab Hassan, I think he did read the batter right till the end, and that's why he bowled it away from him. Such a clever operator. Farazuddin still giving some hopes to his team. Tarindu is now getting on to the move. That's a glorious stroke once again by Farazuddin. Looks very stylish and elegant, Farazuddin. Every time he's looking to play along the carpet. Now this is a very valuable knock, and hey, if ever so they would have had Anis Sami in the middle with Farazuddin, I think the story would have been different, because who can forget, he got 25 runs in Siam Khan's first over. Now that was a wide, surely could have let this one go, but this is a very good strategy. Every time Tarindu comes into the attack, you can see he's not really bowling it into his zones, he's bowling it far away from him. And he knows that Tarindu Pereira is not the strongest of cutters. He's somebody who will look to fancy his chances, or look to play down the ground or either towards the leg side. But because of the length and of course the line which is so wide from the batter, he's not allowing him to get those big shots. He's a very intelligent bowler. Of course, experience counts, experience matters. He's bringing all his expertise into this game, and you really need your gun bowlers to perform well. It's a dot to close out the 14th over, and Wahab is done for this evening. Excellent figures. 21 runs he's given in a span of 4 overs, and has picked up an important wicket as well. 1, 2, 3 for 3. Now, I think this is going to be very interesting over because surely Siam Khan, he's been off the radar. He's been given quite a few runs. So for Azuddin and Tharindu, they know the match is slipping out of their hands. The required run is almost 15 per over. So something's got to give in this over. And we'll have to wait that Siam Khan, is he going to continue bowling those short deliveries, or he now gets back to his normal groove, and that is to bowl full. There, that's the one. This is the delivery which he is a specialist of, and he has bowled it for the very first time this evening. Good morning, Siam. Yeah, he's a rare talent, isn't he, Siam Khan? He needs to be taken care of. He's an excellent prospect for the future of UAE cricket as well. As I did say, 7 districts, so many cricketers of 7 districts have gotten a call from the UAE camp. Most of them have already gone and played for the UAE international team. There you go, that's the Yorker. It's an absolute rip snorter from Siam Khan. And he's breached the defense of Tharindu. Quick, fiery, onto the line, and bang! Right on the money. And that is a very quick delivery. Look at him go. Siam strikes. So he did show a lot of promise, Tharindu, but will now have to depart. It's 124 for 4. What a fiery delivery that was. Well, in comes Nabil Arshad. He too can strike the ball hard. Siam Khan charging in once again. And Nabil goes big, but straight towards the fielder. Well, how many talented cricketers, how many of these great cricketers here in the UAE have gone on to play for the 7 districts now? If ever so the viewers are thinking, who is this man, Nabil Arshad? Nabil Arshad too is a product of 7 districts. He's played so much cricket for 7 districts. I remember when he came from Pakistan, this was his regular team. And he was a very regular member of the side. He was a great servant to this team, but now of course a shift to his teams. But then again, I mean, this is what I just keep on saying and telling and praising about this talented team. I did mention even in the last game about their development team as well, the facilities. Yeah, something to really cherish about. Siam Khan once again charging in. Yeah, this is much better now because you know that there's a new batter at the crease, so you can surprise him with a sharp bumper, but majority of his deliveries he kept on bowling short, and I'm pretty much optimistic that if ever so Siam it's a new or old ball, Story would think Anis Sami would have smashed him 25 runs. Ball straighter, fuller, balls onto the stumps. This is a big shot, and Farazuddin has absolutely clobbered this for a huge maximum. Yeah, missed his length altogether. It's been expensive, but yeah, he has got an important breakthrough for his team. It's 133 for 4. Well, this man can seriously strike the ball big, Nabil Arshad, but from this stage, I think there's a lot of runs to be scored. It's not going to be easy. They do have their wickets in hand, but I think they can't be depending on the new batters because it's not going to be easy to just straight away come in and smash 7 to 6 bowlers. That's going to be a big challenge. So it has to be Nabil Arshad and Farazuddin. Nabil will have absolutely no time to settle in because he plays even one single dot, you will see the required run rate will creep up very quickly because now it's just 29 more deliveries remaining and there is a lot of work which needs to be done. Dew is certainly arrived. You can see that the bowlers, they're trying their level best to keep the ball dry. But they're so lucky, it came pretty late. I did see the bowlers, they started to dry the ball. The towers were out, maybe in the 11th over if I can recall. So signs already the work and the damage has been done from 7 districts. 50 for Farazuddin, well deserved one though. Job is not done. He's been losing partners at the other ends. Now this is going to be a close call. In fact, they've denied the second. They're trying to put up a show here, the two batters, Nabil. And we have seen Nabil, he does have the tendency to score big for his team. I think he's one of the fittest we have here in the domestic circuit. I remember one of the ICC games back in Dubai, this man started taking rounds of the ground. All of the viewers, they're aware that most of the cricketers, they take their rounds of the cricket ground and count how many rounds have they taken, and then they go on to boast to their fellow members, I've taken 5 rounds, I've taken 10 rounds. Now this is high up in the air. It's not gone too far. Oh, very lucky. It's going to be only a single eventually. And I remember the innings started and Nabil wasn't playing that game and he started taking rounds of the ICC cricket ground. And whilst the inning ended and my eyes went to Irshad Khan, because not Irshad Khan, beg your pardon, Nabil Arshad, and I was wondering what's going on. And then my fellow comms said that he's just taken maybe his 25th or 30th round. So he kept on running for at least one whole innings because I was very busy calling out the game, so I wasn't really focusing as to what Nabil is on about. But then just saw him in the end and he was sweating profusely. I had a word with him and asked him, what do you eat? I mean, what's the secret behind your fitness? And this guy is unbelievable. He's got some serious fitness. And good to see he's still playing the game he loves, Nabil Arshad. Very handy, right-handed, hard-hitting batter. And his services surely are required, but it's just getting out of their hands now. 72 needed in 26. Nicely done. Excellent delivery. Yeah, I remember asking him, Nabil, I mean, what do you eat, my brother? I've been witnessing that you've been running for the last, I don't know, more than in 1 hour. It's been in innings, you're still running. And he smiled and said, Oways bhai, it's just the start. I'm just warming up. Yeah, and you know, it was a shame for us. We were like, what's going on? Are we getting old or are these men getting fitter day by day? And yeah, that was a story I remember. He's extremely fit, Nabil Arshad. Tries to go for a big shot. It will be only a single. What a brilliant spell by Irshad. Faraz wants a second. Not so Nabil Arshad. I think Nabil was ball watching. Yeah. Because 138 for 4. It's pretty much slipping out of their hands now. Where, of course, Nabil has played a lot of cricket with Awais Ahmed. Oh, this is struck with some severe power. But excellent bit of fielding. And who is it? It's Wahab Hassan. Yeah, no surprises. If ever so, anybody could have gotten onto the ball and could have timed his dive to perfection. It had to be that man, Wahab Hassan. What a terrific outing he's had, of course. He's been very useful with the bat, and we've already seen how effective he was with the ball this evening. And of course, he's one of the gun fielders we have. Yeah, it's now just getting way too tougher. It's almost 20 runs is what they need. So 7 districts, they're now inching closer to wrap up this innings and cement their spot for the next round. They shouldn't take this game easy. They should make sure they win this game and try to win it with a good margin as well. Will really give them that extra bit of morale. Try to ball it away from his arc, trying to ball in the block hole, away from the stumps, but just getting it all wrong, Awais. Yeah, he too has been very economical in the last 2 games of Awais Ahmed. I know he was very miser, hardly did he give any runs. And also chips in with the wickets early on with the new ball. Yeah, another dot delivery that just hurried on to Farazuddin. I really feel for Farazuddin. I mean, fought this battle hard, but the only problem was that he was losing partners at the other end. Nobody really supported him. And also, I would like to mention Darindu Pereira, the way he was batting. Honestly, that was the phase where you would have wanted somebody to come out and blast the innings. Because you know you're chasing more than 200. The required run rate was somewhere around 13 runs per over. You didn't need a bat. They're asking the question. You didn't need a bat who wants to come in and play 13, 14 deliveries. Because what it did, it put immense pressure on Farazuddin at the same time. I mean, look at his strike rate. 52 in 37. That's brilliant. That is exactly what you needed when you're chasing more than 200. So maybe you could have sent Nabil Arshad ahead of Farazuddin, because he's somebody who can get you those quick 30 to 35 runs. Oh, careful of Awais Ahmed. Wow. Well, he's let this one go, but that could have been nasty. And he's done extremely well of Awais Ahmed to get out of the firing line. It's worth a watch again. Oh, he's done well. Whew. That would have been very ugly because it was coming right onto the line of his face. Good reflexes of Awais Ahmed. You've done extremely well to get out of the firing line. Bit of a scare for the left arm fast bowler. But what a strike by Farazuddin. Flecked away straight to the fielder, and somehow he has gotten onto the way of the ball. So just a single will bring Farazuddin back on strike. That's a long way to go. Still 63 required. It's 146 for 4. Right then, 63 is what is required, and in comes the speedster Farhan Khan to bowl out his last over. This is high up in the air. It's not gone too far. And yet again, it's fallen in the vacant area. Lucky escape for Nabil Arshad. Yeah, chasing anything beyond 200 with the bowling lineup they possess, it was never going to be all that easy. But we need to give a lot of credit and we need to praise Farazuddin, the man who fought this battle alone. Of course, Anis Sami was there, but Anis Sami as well, he needed to have some method behind his batting. I mean, he was batting as if it's a T10 game. There were so many overs to go. And when you know that there's not much batting left after you, and you know that Sandeep is gone, Farazuddin is batting beautifully on the other end. Anis Sami should have shown a bit more maturity by staying there in the middle, ensuring that he has a objective for every single over and think as to how do they go about. I mean, it's not a 50-over game where you need to really think for long. So, if ever so, he would have stayed for another 5 to 6. That would have been possible. Just because Anis Sami, he found success. Domestic arena. So this is where the game awareness comes into play. Yes, of course you're talented, no doubt. We've been praising Anis Sami for quite a while now, since the time he's played his first innings. But then again, if you want to win matches for your team, you really need to have those mini goals, those mini objectives. You need to have a plan and a strategy which you need to implement in these important knockout contests, which unfortunately wasn't the case this evening. And this is one man who has been super impressive, Farazuddin. And of course, another flaw that they have made. They haven't given 4 overs to Farazuddin, not only in this game. I've been observing this even in the past games, that Farazuddin, he is an international cricketer. They need to understand that he brings a lot of experience and expertise. He's somebody who knows how to be bowling on these kind of surfaces. I'm not sure why he was held back and he didn't go on to bowl those 4 overs. Hasn't really bowled out his 4 over quota in this inning. Now that's a big shot. It's high up in the air. And I think he's gotten plenty of bat on this one, but it's come way too late in this innings. So yeah, they can just have a bit of fun now, these cricketers, because Nabil Arshad, of course, he's played a lot of cricket with his teammates. He's, of course, an ex-cricketer of 7 districts. Can enjoy this outing. 156 for 4. Wes Ahmed to be bowling the penultimate over. Hasn't picked up a wicket but does have a chance. Excellent delivery. That's right in the block hole. And nothing much he could have done. But yeah, I mean, they will take a lot of positives out of this tournament. King of Sultans. They're a newly formed side. Of course, they do have some well-known players in their team, but just didn't play the best of cricket against, of course, one of the top quality teams, Seven Districts. And Seven Districts have outsmarted them in all three departments this evening. Beautifully ball. Excellent slower one. Nice roll of the fingers. Completely deceived Farazuddin. I think if they need anything more than 36 runs, we will hear a loud shout from Syed Haider Wasi Shah, and he's gonna ask his captain, Skips, I think it's high time you need to introduce your magician and let me bowl the last over. Oh, this is brilliant fast bowling now. He's all pumped up, Wes Ahmed. This is great to see. They know they've won this game, but still the effort he's putting, you can see that he's still giving his 100%. He's bending his back, he's bowling quick. This is what Seven Districts is all about. 100% commitment is what they have to offer. Another exciting delivery. A bit of a fumble, and who is it? Syed Haider Wasi Shah, what have you done, mate? Yeah, maybe we might see one last over. He's a golden arm. Surely, who can forget him picking a couple of wickets even in the last encounter? So it won't be surprising if somehow he manages to convince his captain to bowl the last over, because the match is done and dusted. The net run rate doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about how many runs you win. What matters is a win, which eventually they're going to go on to, because now, of course, mathematically it's impossible. It's a boundary to close out the over. And we'll have to wait and see who goes on to bowl the last over. Yeah, wasn't the best of deliveries though by Wes. He's done for the evening. Unfortunately, hasn't picked up a wicket. It's 162 for 4. Right then, it's going to be Siam Khan to be bowling the last over. 47 needed. Yeah, pretty much done and dusted. What a tremendous performance this has been. They're on the verge of winning this and heading to the semi-finals, which will be starting day after tomorrow. That's the one. These are the deliveries which he hasn't bowled in the first 2 overs. Surely somebody would have told him, you need to come up with a different plan. Otherwise, I don't see any reason him bowling those short deliveries. So yeah, Syed Haider Wasi Shah, I don't think so he's going to be a happy man. He's not going to be talking much to his captain, as the captain hasn't given him the last over. Yeah, I really could have handed him the ball, and Siam Khan knocks the stumps. What a fiery delivery once again, and Nabil Arshad, he was all over it and clearly beaten by pace. Hint of in-swing movement as well. Hits the timber. He's given him the last over so he can get a few more wickets, Siam Khan. It's 162 for 5. So some redemption for the right arm slingy bowler. Oh, very close to be getting another wicket to his name, but this has been such a comprehensive performance, and of course it's really good to see that of course their captain, he's been amongst the runs for Man Ali. What a fine tournament he's having. He scored 94 in one game. I think he scored 16 in one of the games. Then today he scored 99. I think he might just be the number one batter, the top scorer in this tournament so far. Full and straight, asking the question, loud appeal, and the umpire is unmoved. Maybe the angle, just because the ball would have kept on swinging in towards the right-hander. Yeah, it's a clear, it's clearly going down the leg side. Very good decision. Just getting a little carried away here, Siam. But yeah, they're now just a couple of balls away. And the celebrations will start because they will move to the next round, which is the semi-finals. But what an exceptional performance by Seven Districts. And I did mention this is one team, whenever they go on to play a tournament, at least they go on to play the semi-finals. And of course, once they reach the semi-finals, more often than not, we've seen them head to the finals and clinch trophies here in the past in the domestic circuit. That is how talented is this team. It's the last delivery of the game. Oh, careful, Siam Khan. You don't want yourself to get injured. That could have been ugly. Because I've seen at times these bowlers, they just put the brake right before they bowl, and the spikes, the studs which they're wearing, they get stuck into the surface, and I've seen nasty injuries. So we don't want to be losing Siam Khan. Then now delivery, and he's bowled onto the line of the stumps. That's it. End of this game. Quarterfinal number 2 done and dusted. Clean victory, and they've won this by a big margin of 45 runs. Handshakes all around. Farman Ali, what a fine knock he's played alongside Syed Haider Wasi Shah. And then of course the bowlers came in and created havoc. And that's how the innings have started. Sandeep Singh Sandhya, after getting lost his wicket early, and then Farazuddin, the lone warrior, 65 for him. Anis Sami, that was a big blow. And then Tarindu and Nabil did get off to a start, but just couldn't continue. Very impressive bowling. Siam, I understand he was expensive, but he picked up 2 wickets. Farhan Khan as well picking up a wicket. But for me, the pick of the bowlers this evening were the 2 bowlers, Irshad Khan and Wahab Hassan. A wicket apiece and very economical. Only 3 extras. Now this is something to be really proud of when it comes to be giving extras. Quarterfinal number 2, done and dusted. 208 is what they've scored. That's a massive score they've piled on in 20 overs. Farman Ali missing out to his 100 by just 1 run. And also Syed Haider Wasi Shah playing a good knock of 43. In reply, 163 is what they've scored in the allotted 20 overs. Razuddin batting beautifully, 65 for him. Siam, Farhan and Irshad, all of them performing well. And it's UAE 7 Districts who have won this quarterfinal number 2 by 45 runs and have cemented their spot for the next round, which is the semi-finals of this tournament. Right then, we're just going to take a short little break, and once we are back, we will be all set for the post-match presentation. Stay tuned. Welcome to the post-match presentation of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. In quarterfinal number 2, 7 districts batting first and scoring a good total of 208 in allotted 20 overs. In reply, King of Sultans managing to score 163 in their allotted 20 overs, and it's 7 districts who have won this game by 45 runs and of course have qualified for the next round, which is the semi-finals. It's now time to invite Mr. to please hand over the player of the match, and the player of the match goes to the captain himself of 7 districts, Farman Ali, for his heroics. With, of course, 99 runs in just 55 deliveries, a captain's innings, and he's put his team on the top and have qualified for the semi-finals. फरमान अली, मुबारक हो, बहुत सारे प्लेयर ऑफ द मैचेस आप लेते जा रहे हैं इस टूर्नामेंट में. बताइए कैसा लग रहा है आज की परफॉर्मेंस के बाद, क्योंकि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मैच था.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का लाख लाख शुक्र है. बस यही है कि अपना एफर्ट कर रहे थे 100%. जो ये है कि अपने जोन पे रह के अप्लाई कर रहे थे, तो शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल्लाह की ज़ात ने वो करवाया. तो बस यही है, इंजॉय कर रहे हैं.
क्या स्ट्रैटेजी थी आपकी बैटिंग की आज, क्योंकि आप जिस तरह खेल रहे थे हमने देखा है कि बॉल जो है थोड़ा रोक के भी आ रहा था, बॉलर्स को बाउंस भी मिल रहा था, लेकिन आप जिस तरह बैटिंग कर रहे थे ऐसा कुछ लग नहीं रहा था कि बड़ा मुश्किल है आपके लिए.
हाँ बिल्कुल. फर्स्ट टाइम जो पिच थोड़ा सा ड्राई था उसमें बॉल फंस रहा था, क्योंकि इतना पुश नहीं कर पा रहे थे, टाइम से वो जा नहीं रही थी, उसको मतलब थोड़ी सी पावर देनी पड़ रही थी शॉट में. तो बस यही है कि मैं अपने जोन में रहा और साथ में अपने बैट्समैन को भी बोला कि हमको रन आएंगे, हम ज़बरदस्ती नहीं करेंगे, बॉल हमें जो मिलेगा हम वो यूज़ करेंगे, बाउंड्री की तरफ जाएंगे. तो इंशाल्लाह वही प्लान किया और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अचीव किया टारगेट.
फाइनल के करीब आते जा रहे हैं, अगला सेमीफाइनल्स तैयार है उसके लिए?
वो क्या कहते हैं, मंजिल से आगे बढ़ कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मिल जाए तो इसको तो दरिया तलाश कर. तो बस यही है कि हमारी मंजिल इंशाल्लाह अभी ख़त्म नहीं हुई है, तो इसको कंटिन्यू रखना है, बस छोड़ना नहीं है. तो बस यही है.
आखिरी सवाल, ये प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच आप किसी को डेडिकेट करना चाहेंगे?
जी बिल्कुल. आज मेरी वालदा का बर्थडे है, तो मैं उनके नाम करना चाहूँगा. तो उनकी दुआएँ और वालदैन की फैमिली के साथ हैं, तो उनको डेडिकेट करूँगा ये मैं.
हमारी भी ये दुआएं हैं आपकी वालदा के साथ, और हमारी दुआएं आपके साथ भी हैं, ताकि आप अगले भी मैच अच्छा खेलें. बेस्ट ऑफ लक फरमान अली एंड कंग्रेचुलेशंस वंस अगेन.
Thank you so much.
Well, that was Farman Ali, the captain, with his heroics with the bat, and a very inspirational leader. He's taken his team over the line and have also qualified for the semi-finals. We're done and dusted with the post-match presentation, but do join us tomorrow as it's another action-packed day of cricket. Until then, it's Suez Ali signing off. Goodbye and God bless.